In the annals of true crime, there are stories that send shivers down our spines and make us question the depths of human depravity, that shock and captivate the public's imagination. One such chilling story is that of Viktoria Nasyrova, a Russian femme fatale who captivated, seduced, and poisoned her way through the lives of unsuspecting victims involving a sinister weapon, a poisoned cheesecake. This true crime story, filled with intrigue, manipulation, and murder, is a haunting reminder of the evil that can lurk behind a seemingly innocent smile. Prepare to enter the disturbing world of Viktoria Nasyrova. Viktoria Nasyrova was born in December 1975 in the industrial town of Armavir, Russia. Growing up, she showed a knack for manipulation and deceit, traits that would later become her most dangerous weapons. After training as a hairdresser, Viktoria moved to the city of Krasnodar, where she began weaving her web of treachery. One of Viktoria's earliest victims was her next-door neighbor, Alla Alexienko. Over the course of several months, Viktoria befriended Alla, gaining her trust and access to her life savings. Promising to deliver the money to Alla's daughter, who lived in New York, Viktoria instead vanished, leaving behind a devastated and betrayed neighbor. In Russia, she was wanted for the brutal murder of Alla Alexienko. Viktoria allegedly burned Alla's body and dumped it in woodland before fleeing to New York, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Viktoria Nasyrova's deceitful ways didn't stop at stealing money from unsuspecting victims. She had a penchant for assuming false identities and engaging in criminal activities. Posing as a dominatrix under various aliases, she lured men into her trap via online dating apps, drugged them, and robbed them of their valuables. Viktoria's ability to manipulate and exploit her victims was truly disturbing. Ruben found himself among the victims of Viktoria's deceit. It happened 2 months after Olga's notorious cheesecake incident. Ruben had connected with Viktoria on a Russian dating website, where she portrayed him as a kind-hearted individual with a passion for food. Intrigued, they arranged to meet at her residence for dinner. However, soon after taking the first bite, Ruben experienced a sudden blackout. Unbeknownst to him, Viktoria took advantage of his incapacitated state and embarked on a reckless shopping spree. She callously pilfered $1,000 in cash and charged $2,400 to his American Express card. Once she concluded her spree, she nonchalantly returned to her abode. 2 days later, she brought Ruben back to his local dry cleaning business, where he still felt disoriented. To explain his condition to his bewildered employees, she concocted a false narrative. He must have consumed 2 bottles of wine and mixed them with some ill-suited pills. Yet, Ruben couldn't recall even walking back to his business or engaging in any conversation. The unsettling part was when Viktoria assumed the role of authority, seated comfortably in Ruben's chair, pretending to be the boss. Fortunately, Ruben's sister, sensing something was gravely amiss, promptly dialed an ambulance, recognizing his abnormal behavior and deteriorating health. Viktoria made a hasty exit from the dry cleaning establishment before the arrival of the ambulance and the police. Upon returning from the hospital, Ruben discovered that Viktoria had tidied up his office and made off with $200 in cash and a valuable watch. Ruben narrowly escaped a tragic fate as a result of his encounter with Viktoria. In August 2016, in the quiet neighborhood of Forest Hills, Queens, Olga Zhuywyk, a 35-year-old woman, unsuspectingly opened her doors to her supposed friend, Viktoria Nasyrova. The 2 women bore a striking resemblance, with their dark hair, similar skin tone, and shared Russian heritage. Little did Olga know that this seemingly innocent visit would soon turn into a nightmare. As a gesture of friendship, Viktoria Nasyrova brought a seemingly delicious gift, a cheesecake.
From famous bakery, famous cheesecake.
Unbeknownst to Olga, this sweet treat concealed a deadly secret. Victoria had laced the cheesecake with phenazepam, a potent sedative, with the sinister intention of incapacitating her unsuspecting victim. Phenazepam is a long-acting benzodiazepine that was developed in the former Soviet Union in the 1970s. It is not a scheduled drug here in the United States or in most of Western Europe. Phenazepam has become a drug of concern due to the number of hospitalizations and fatalities following overdoses. The drug is potent at 1/10 of the recommended dose for diazepam. The lack of data on this drug highlight the need for healthcare professionals to be aware of its existence. In Russia, the indications for phenazepam are epilepsy, anxiety, and sleep disorders. In the last couple of years, its use has spread to the United States, with recorded deaths resulting from its use in Georgia and Louisiana. Some of phenazepam's concerning side effects include loss of coordination, drowsiness, and amnesia. I believe the latter side effect to be particularly concerning due to its potential for use as a date rape drug. The next day, a concerned friend discovered Olga unconscious in bed, surrounded by scattered pills. Victoria had meticulously staged the scene to make it appear as if Olga had attempted to take her own life. However, the truth behind this apparent suicide attempt would soon be unraveled. The next day, a concerned friend discovered Olga unconscious in bed, surrounded by scattered pills. Victoria had meticulously staged the scene to make it appear as if Olga had attempted to take her own life. However, the truth behind this apparent suicide attempt would soon be unraveled. Olga survived her harrowing ordeal and, upon returning home from the hospital, made a shocking discovery. Her passport, work authorization card, and valuable jewelry were missing. The authorities swiftly connected the dots, suspecting Victoria's involvement in this nefarious scheme. Forensic analysis of the cheesecake revealed the presence of phenazepam, further solidifying their case against her. Victoria's plan was set in motion. She intended to steal Olga's identity and possessions, leaving her helpless and at the mercy of the poison. Bringing Viktoria Nasyrova to justice proved to be a near insurmountable challenge. Russian authorities had been unable to apprehend her for the murder of Alla Alexienko, and it seemed that she had slipped through the cracks of the criminal justice system. However, one man, Herman Weisberg, a former NYPD cop turned private detective, was determined to bring her down. Herman's relentless pursuit of Victoria involved studying her social media presence and analyzing every clue he could find.
With knockout drugs, taking money, watches, jewelry, whatever she...
Through his investigation, he identified the make of her car and tracked her down to a specific address in New York. With the help of local law enforcement, Victoria was finally arrested, but her story was far from over. In February of 2023, Nasyrova faced trial for her heinous crimes. The courtroom was filled with tension as the evidence was presented, painting a chilling picture of her calculated attempt to murder Olga and steal her identity. The evidence against her was overwhelming, from the tainted cheesecake box covered in her DNA to the testimonies of her surviving victims. The jury, after careful deliberation, delivered a guilty verdict on charges of attempted murder, assault, unlawful imprisonment, and theft. The judge, recognizing the severity of Victoria's crimes, sentenced her to 21 years in prison. This punishment reflected the danger she posed to society and the sinister nature of her plot. In response of her sentence, she cursed to the judge with the F word. Her defense attorney, Jose Nieves, said they will appeal the conviction, as well as the sentence. He said that he believes the sentence was excessive and that the appeal will focus on evidence and other legal issues. Despite her conviction, Viktoria Nasyrova continues to protest her innocence, claiming that she has been wrongfully accused. However, the overwhelming evidence and the testimonies of her victims leave little doubt about her guilt. This would not be the end of Victoria's dark journey. As the case gained media attention, whispers of a more sinister past involving Viktoria began to surface. Allegations emerged that she was wanted for a brutal murder in her native Russia, where she was accused of burning a victim's body and fleeing to the United States. The details surrounding this unsolved crime added an even darker layer to Viktoria's already macabre story. Russian authorities, determined to hold Viktoria accountable for her alleged crimes, intensified their efforts to bring her to justice. The international manhunt for Viktoria Nasyrova became a race against time, with law enforcement agencies working tirelessly to apprehend this master manipulator and uncover the truth behind her alleged murderous past. The case of Viktoria Nasyrova remains a haunting reminder of the depths to which human depravity can sink. Her calculated plot to kill her lookalike with poisoned cheesecake shocked the world, exposing a web of deceit and manipulation. As she serves her prison sentence, the questions surrounding her alleged involvement in other crimes continue to linger. The true extent of Viktoria's dark past may never be fully known, leaving us to contemplate the chilling legacy of a woman whose actions were as poisonous as the cheesecake she used as her weapon.
Lose trust in people. I have difficulty trust people and I cannot know.
Thank you for watching. If you love my unique true crime stories, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much for your help. Feel free to watch the latest true crime horrible story. Enjoy and please take care.